السلام عليكم. Today we will talk about real number. First, I want to talk about natural figures, rational number, and real number. In fact, I don't want to talk about any one of them. I want to talk about the problem had done, made us search, let natural search for integers, let integers search for rational and real number. In fact, we have a problem all the time. Then we will search for another seed all the time. Natural is a simple seed. In fact, you can do some simple operation like 2 plus 3 equal 5. It's easy. 5 minus 2 equals 3. It's easy. But when we think about 2 minus 5, it's impossible, in fact. It's impossible with natural. Natural isn't strong enough. Natural isn't strong enough to solving an operation like that. It's impossible with natural. Then we must search for another seed. Integers come to contain positive and negative and 0. It will be easy to say 2 minus 5 equal minus 3. It's possible now with integers. It's impossible with natural, possible with integers. Integers stronger than natural. Integers contains positive and negative. It will be easy to do any equation end with positive or negative, in fact. But integers not strong enough to help us all the time. We have a big problem with integers, in fact. Integers talk about the whole number. You can talk about 5, 10, you can talk about 100, but you can't talk about half. You can't talk about quarter, third, decimals. You can't talk about decimals. Any fraction not equal integers, it's impossible, in fact, with integers. It's impossible. You can't do it with integers, in fact. Now, it's a big problem when you talk about, when we talk about fraction with integers. Integers, you can't talk about any fraction, in fact. In our studying with mathematics all the time, we can't imagine mathematics without fraction, in fact. We need fraction all the time. We need to talk about half, third, decimal, percentage. Rational number come to contains fraction and positive and negative. Rational number come to contains natural and integers and fraction. And in fact, I think that rational number is strong enough to help us with the 4 main operation. All the time it can help us. X and in the end equal positive, it's possible. X equal negative, it's possible. X equal integers, it's possible. X equal fraction, it's impossible. It's possible with rational number, in fact. Rational number, I can say that it's strong all the time. It's a good seed, strong seed. But we have a problem. We have a problem with rational number. What's the problem had done with rational number made us think about irrational. In fact, this is the main point that we will talk about it today. We will talk about the difference between rational and irrational. What the problem had done made us think about irrational. Irrational number come to help rational number to help it to solve a problem had done. Give me your attention, please, to understand what I mean about the problem had done with rational number. Square root. All of us, when you see that square root, when you talk about square root, we will think about, all of us will think about perfect square. 9, 25, 16. Any number you can put it in the form a square. 9, it's 3 square. 25, 5 square. 16, it's 4 square. Any number you can put it in the a square in this form, we called perfect square, like 9, 25, 16, 100. It's easy to get square root to 9. Square root to 9, it equal b, it's equal 3. Square root to 25 equal 5. Square root to 16 equal 4. It's easy to talk about the equation, the famous equation x squared equal perfect square, like x squared equal 16. It's easy to say that x equal positive or negative 4. In fact, it's a very important operation we're studying all the time. We think about it. Now, all of us thinking that this is the square root. No, this is one side to the square root. We have another side. We have another side. We didn't give attention to it all the time. Like what? We have to talk about a non-perfect square. What about 5, 7? What about 6, 11, 12, 17? This number, you can't get the square root to 5, square root to 7, square root to 6. You can't talk about it. In fact, x square equal non-perfect square. It's impossible with rational number. A rational number come to contains all the non-perfect square, the square root to the non-perfect square. It will be easy to do it with a rational number. A rational number come to give a definition to this equation. X squared equal 5, then x equal positive or negative square of root 5. It's possible with a rational, but impossible with rational number. All the time we have to say rational or irrational, rational or irrational. Is this equation, the left equation, possible with rational, impossible with irrational? The right equation, possible with irrational, impossible with rational. This is a problem. All the time we'll ask about rational or irrational. Real number, in fact, come to contains all of them, rational and irrational. To give a definition to them, to give a definition to all the equation. Real number come to be the biggest seed, the strongest seed, come to contains natural, integers, rational, and irrational. Now, you can talk about any equation end with positive, any equation end with negative, and the equation end with fraction, and equation end with square root to the perfect square, and equation end with non-perfect square, like that. X equal integers, x equal fraction, x equal positive, x equal negative number, x equal square root to the perfect square, x equal square root to the non-perfect square. It will be easy with real number. In fact, it's a strong seed, big seed. It's the biggest seed, the strongest seed. All the time we need it. When you see real number, you can solving any equation into with positive, negative, fraction, integers, square root to perfect square, square root to perfect square. It will be easy to with real number. In fact, but real number isn't strong enough to say anything. You can do it with real number. I have to ask you about an operation. In fact, there is one operation real number can't give a definition to it. It's impossible with real number. In fact, really, it's really real number isn't strong enough to solving an operation like that. I talk about it and you will study it in your first school, your first class in secondary school, inshallah. X square equal negative number. In fact, it's impossible with real number. You can't talk about square root to the negative number. When you see that with real number, it's impossible. Remember that it's impossible all the time with real number. What can I do with square root to the negative number in first year? You're studying with in secondary school. You will talk about it, inshallah. Thank you very much, everybody.